Hey there, plushies! I'm a friendly neighborhood Let's Play player, SpiderMwa. I welcome you back to West of Loathing. Let's play. Okay, carriage house door is locked, but you got the key. I didn't really go outside to visit this place, since we now, welcome to the Gun Manor Visitor Center. Having greeted you, he now stands perfectly silent. So we did free a lot of people from the house. Now it's you, my hero and savior. So we got Suvun IRS and info. It's the info desk. Ask for some info. Nice hat, by the way. Oh, hi. Thanks again for freeing me from that book. You still kind of have marks where the engraving's pressed into your face. I'm hoping to fade with time, but if not, I can always quiz myself while shaving. So what do you do here? I provide information. Want some? Sure. Great. That's what I'm here for. What would you like to know? What can you tell me about Mrs. Gunn? Her full name is Teresa Olivia Gunn, but very informally she goes by Terry. She was born in 1847 to Reginald and Priscilla Gunn. Her mother was a mathematician and a founding member of the Western Society of Mathematics in 1870, and her father was a catapult operator in the unpleasant disagreement of 1862. She invented the gun in 1869 at the age of 22. There's a photograph of her on the wall there, accepting the prestigious inventing award. She married her husband Dan 20 years ago, in 1875, and they had 3 daughters. Interesting. Other than that, there's not a lot we know about her. She's a very private person, especially after she gave the house to a historical foundation and locked herself in her room 4 years ago. Anything else you'd like to know about? Yeah, tell me about the family. Well, let's see. She married Dan Staple Remover in 1875. He was the inventor of the staple remover. Did you know that? They met at the Inventors Convention 3 years previously. Dan decided to take her last name because he had wanted to call him his inventions office jumpers, and he was always a little annoyed that people called it after him instead. They had 3 daughters named Dorothy, Blanche, and Rose. The Golden Girls. Unfortunately, Dan vanished mysteriously in 1889, shortly after Rose was born. Nobody knows what happened to him, although it's generally assumed he was killed by bandits while he was on the road for gun industry's business. And then all 3 of the girls went missing the year after. They went to summer camp and were just never heard from again. No ransom note or anything. Mrs. Gunn was never the same after that, naturally. She started blaming it on ghosts, though as far as I know, there's been no ghost activity here until just the other day. Anything else you'd like to know about? How about the Gun Manor? Isn't it amazing? Mrs. Gunn had it built in the mid to late 70s when she and her husband decided to start a family. It was finished in 1877. It has 8 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, plus a whole host of modern conveniences like electric lights, a coal-fired boiler, and a bowling alley. My personal favorite room is the library, but I guess you knew that already. Mrs. Gunn donated the house to the Historical Society in 1891 with the provision that we keep the place properly maintained and send meals up to her room in the kitchen dumbwaiter. She's actually never come out of her room since then, although she still communicates via telephone or the house intercom sometimes. Anything else you'd like to know about? Tell me about rocks. Great! I know tons of stuff about rocks now, specifically igneous rocks and granite in particular. Did you know granite is a natural source of radiation that can contain 10 to 20 parts per million of uranium, which is why you shouldn't fill your underwear with it despite the pleasant weight? Tell me another one. Sure, how about this? Granite is frequently used as a building material due to its strength and pleasant gray color. Oh, what do you know? Tell me another one. Sure. How about this? The word granite comes from the ancient word granum, or grain, because of its pleasant wheaty smell. Rad. Tell me another one. Sure. How about this? Granite tables are frequently used as a basis for optical instruments because they're very stable and easy to see. How about this? The third weirdest sport, curling, uses stones and brushes made specifically out of granite. The geologists call granite massive because it doesn't have any internal structures and also because it comes in great big lumps. There are over 700 different types of igneous rocks and only 3 of them are edible. Granite gravestones and memorials are considered a status symbol because the tools to carve and engrave such hard stone with speed and precision have only recently been invented. In fact, only until about 15 years ago, there was only one workshop in the world that produced them, run by the inventor Alexander MacDonald, who also invented the Harzburger, although the proved less popular because Harzburgite is not one of the edible kinds of igneous rock. Igneous rock are formed by magma cools and solidifies, which can happen either above or below the Earth's surface, or even in your own home. Granite contains at least 25% quartz, which makes it useful as a resistor in all kinds of magical devices. Obsidian is a type of volcanic glass that, if chipped properly, can be so sharp that it can cut a razor blade in half lengthwise. Granite tables are frequently used as basis for optical instruments, so now you're just repeating. Yep. I did not know that. Bye. Okay, we got all the info from him. The guy from the bar card is leaning heavily against a display of shot glasses with different names etched onto them. A sign on the display reads, "Personalized shot glasses, 1,100 meat." The guy picks up a bottle stashed behind the display and fills a shot glass labeled Herb or Herb. Is that your name, Herb? The guy squints at the shot glass. Sure. He knocks back the shot and tosses the glass over his shoulder before picking up and filling on another one. Now it's Earl. Let's buy a shot glass. Because why not? You give the guy 1,100 meat and fish around the display until you find one with your name on it. Personalized gunmetal shot glass. How does he have a shot glass with SpiderMwa on it? I need to know. This is a personalized souvenir shot glass from Gunmatter. You're excited to use it now that you're finally old enough to drink. Gain XP when you drink booze. That's a good thing. So, who was the one that needs a glass eye? I know there was a ghost that wanted a glass eye. How about we go searching? Click. Ooh. This is a place I haven't been to before. It's an old pair of old hedge clippers. Grab it. Might need them for the ghost. Maybe there's something useful in this cabinet. Open and see it. Nearly empty herbicide can and handful of nails. 3. This can says it'll instantly kill all plants, but it feels like there's only one plant's worth of deadly chemicals left in it. How specific. Somebody left a book on the seat of this one. Grab it. Advanced cow punching. Ooh, they had their own custom stagecoaches. Hey, there's something on the floor of this coach. A hammer for the coach's passengers. A courtesy hammer. There are some nice coaches, or these. Loose boards. Build. 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 Ah! Various boring tools, like drills and awls. Tools for boring. It's a term for making things on the workbench. It's just a lathe. It's not worth getting into a lathe over. The puns! How about you? There's a guy slouching around here smoking a cigarette. Hiya. Hey, what's up? You do work here? Do you work here? Are you a parking attendant or something? Yeah, I guess. I validate people's parking with that. Can you? I'm on break. Oh. Well, really, everyone's on break. Kinda. What do you mean? A whole bunch of ghosts showed up in ghost carriages all of a sudden. Everyone's either hiding out or kidnapped. I got here in a ghost carriage. Oh man, did I die somewhere and not notice? Am I a ghost? The guy jabs your forehead with one finger. Ow! Nope. Let's convince him. Okay, well, you should probably go back to work now. Yeah, why is that? Because I'm gonna rescue all the other employees, and if they come back and catch you slacking off, they'll be ticked. Aw, jeez. Okay, fine. So let me finish this smoke before you go getting all heroic. Alright.
Oh, hooray! We saved somebody.
Wasn't that the... No, this is the front door. Yeah. I thought for a moment that was the front door, but then... Yep. Yep. So who was it that wants the glass eye? Well, there wasn't anybody down here. Nobody here in the kitchen, because we took care of things here in the kitchen. We need a photograph for that ghost. The dining room was taken care of, almost. Still working on it. Yeah, we need to make that chili soup. Well, I didn't read that book in the library. Can I now make a soup? You need a bowl of chili to give that to ghost in the dining room, and this stove seems relevant to that need. According to the dictionary, you need some spices, some bees, and a gun. Oh wait, except you're trying to make a chili without a gun in it, so you have to remember to skip the gun part. Okay, keep it together, spit 'em, spices. Yeah, we got that under control. You grab a chili pot and put it on a burner. Throw in the spices. You shake a heaping helping of chili spices into the pot. Next step is beans. This little pile of chili beans you found earlier will do the trick. Toss them in. The mixture of spices and beans is bubbling merrily. Now for the final ingredient. A gun. No! No gun! You restrain yourself from adding a gun, step back and admire your handiwork. It's not according to Hoyle chili, because it doesn't have a gun in it, but it is chili with no gun in it, which is the thing you were after. So we got chili sin pistoles. Finally. Because I think sin means that it's without. So it's chili without pistoles. As in pistols or guns. While chili con carne is like chili with something. Don't remember what the carne means. Or carne. Talk to him. I'm back, and I've got a bowl of 100% gun-free chili right here.
Oh my gosh, thank you, so... Oh.
Is something wrong?
Well, see, I can only eat ghost food.
How do you need me to murder this chili for you?
Not to put too fine a point on it, but yes.
Alright, I guess I'll try to find a humane way to do that. Seriously, how do you kill chili soup? Or chili? How did... What? You've already solved your little chili problem. This stove is of no use to you anymore. I mean, seriously, how do you? Oh yeah, he wanted legless pants. How does one kill a chili in the humane way? I have no idea. Well, let's check the other rooms now that we're back here and not gonna get killed by that guy with the knife. So this is the kids' room. Dorothy, Blanche, and Rose. A fancy new electrical bar lamp. Turn it off. You do not trust this horse one bit. A blank chalkboard. Write something. Ah! You monster! Why would you write that? Boo! Ah! It's a doll mine. How adorable. Just look at the little miners and minecarts in my chest and balls of mine strewn in. Oh, what's this? I'm gonna check it soon. Turn that off. Nothing on the table. Talk to Petey. Say, Pete, you got any kids? Nope. Got a meal, though. Oh, where is it? He moved out a couple of years ago. Went back to college. Back east. Real proud of him. Wow. Yeah, that's great. Huh? What? There's a tiny stick of dynamite stuck in a little borehole. This toy is interactive. That tiny stick of dynamite. Did you know that firecrackers are just tiny sticks of dynamite? And that this is just an even tinier one? And that a pumpkin is technically a berry? Examine it. Wait a second, what if you stuck this into one of those cigars you found? Yeah, what if that? Wait, yeah, you poke a hole in the tip of the cigar and insert the dynamite and explode the cigar. Hilarious! So now we got that. Cool. This bowl of chili has exactly 0 guns in it. Yeah, but that doesn't help me. Wow, that music is creepy. Not to mention the creepy clown in the painting window. And a stuffed animal that is unstuffed. It's full of baby supplies you don't understand, like burping wipes and swaddling pads. Looks like this is where the creepy music is coming from. This teddy bear has been comprehensively and enthusiastically disemboweled. Oh hey. Sorry, Teddy. This is for the greater good. This stuffing would be perfect for making a silencer. Yeah, it's for the greater good.
The greater good.
The composition of this painting is bad in every way. Yep. At least it's not a rodeo clown. It's a toy box. Who knows what horrors it contains? Let's find out. Stuffed gun. Huh, less macabre than you were expecting. Some wooden blocks with letters on them. Play with them. I wonder what's gonna happen. Boo! Ah! This is more of a 3.5 poster bed. This is not at all effective as a gun, but it's also not at all effective as a bludgeon. It's a working gun. What?
Oh man, oh geez, we gotta take care of this one fast.
What are you talking about? She's just a little kid.
Have you ever never spent any time around little kids? Never noticed how they're just as smooth as swing and unpredictable as drunks, and a tendency to be shellfish and unempathetic because those parts of their brains haven't developed yet?
Well,
I mean, you're in charge here. For some reason, I don't really understand. But if that kid's hair falls over her face and she starts crawling around backwards on the ceiling and talking about how we're bad dolls that need to be punished, don't say I didn't warn you.
You used to be watching way too many horror movies in the future. And also, that's a horrible looking doll. I think what's happening around here. At least I think so. Let's see the last room. Daniel Boone. Nice wink. Okay, turn that off. A bunch of science stuff. Let's grab it and give it to Dorothy. This is a much nicer vanity than the one of the average frontier teen. Gussy yourself up a little. You use the various powders and creams and pomades to make yourself slightly more presentable. Someone has me slacking on their geometry homework. Tisk, tisk, do it for them. You do not just take the book with you and do the assignment later. Geometry textbook. It's a Daniel Boone poster. One corner is loose. See what's behind it. Boo! Ah! There's a plaid skirt in here. That's sort of a legless pants. Grab it. It's worth a try. Looks like someone forgot a book under the bed. Take a look. The title is Fun Law. Rules for 71 parlor games and assorted amusements for children. Fun Law. Almost like gun law. This bed hasn't been been used in a long time. What is this devil's music? It's banjo disco, baby! This is cool. I could listen to this all day. You yank the needle away from the cylinder and hide the handle away. Boo. Well, it says boo right there. Ha! Ah. She's playing a hurdy-gurdy. It's Florence, the ghost hunter. Yeah, not Dorothy. I found something for you.
Ooh, I love science junk. Thanks. What's this thing? Oh well, whatever it is, I'm sure it's safe.
I tested some doohickeys that you gave her to her backpack, and she's now got medicinal gas. There's some sheet music on the piano. Grab it. Blank sheet music. Weird, it's blank. Play something. The only sheet music you have is blank. Who do you think you are, John Cage? A musty, decaying pile of old music books. Paste them. Almost all of the books are dry-rotted and moth-eaten, fall apart at a touch. You do find a copy of Dueling Banjos in a reasonable shape, though. This is a bassoon. Now you know that they say it makes an ass out of an N and what? Boo! Ah! Looks like they got a music room. What sort of music do you like, Pete?
Well, call the music where the one fella's rattling a couple of spoons and the other fella's chewing crumbs at the end of a jug.
Noise?
Yeah, that's the one.
Cool. So he really likes the frontier music then. Go to the second floor. We got some stuff to do here. I think this is what you're looking for.
Did you figure out how to make a good explosion cigar? One that doesn't turn fun into a funeral? Oh, I can't even make basic wordplay funny.
That was kind of clever, but I think this is what you're looking for.
That's an exploding cigar.
Yep, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, but not this time.
What did you use for explosive?
I found a really small firecracker, just big enough to blow up the cigar without also blowing up somebody's face. Also without the, violent lead projectile.
You're a genius. Please let me see it in action so I can finally rest.
Light it up. Yay! We freed him!
Hello again, dear. Were you able to find me a new eye?
Yes, kind of.
Oh, kind. Thank you very much.
She takes the glass eye from you and puts it in, whereupon it falls through her and onto the floor. She tuts as she picks it up.
Oh, dear. It's a little too physical.
Yeah, I wasn't certain that this would work.
Don't worry, this is easily fixed. Do you have a hammer I can borrow?
A hammer? Yes?
That'll do nicely, thank you.
She takes the hammer, places the glass eye on the desk and smashes it with a precise crack.
Ah, perfect.
She gives you the hammer and plucks the ghost of the glass eye from the shattered fragments. After blowing the dust off of it, she tucks it into her eye socket.
That fits much better.
Look at the previous picture and then with the glass eye. I think she looked better with the X as an eye. Does it work?
Well, now that you mention it, no. I can't actually see with it.
Is the ghost of a glass eye after all?
Oh dear, this won't do at all. What a shame.
I don't really understand why your eye is still missing.
What do you mean?
Well, I always assumed when someone loses an arm or something, it just sticks around as an arm ghost. That's why people say they can't feel it itching sometimes, because you still got an arm there, but it's a ghost. It's even called phantom limb syndrome. So logically, if the rest of you becomes a ghost after that, it would hook right back up.
But then, where did my eye go?
Maybe it got pushed back inside your head? The ghost thinks about this for a second, then shakes her head.
No, that seems...
Wait, what?
I do think I found something just then.
She shakes her head again.
My goodness gracious.
Keep going. It's like one of those puzzles where you try to get the marble into the hole. She bends her head forwards and continues shaking it. You can almost hear a faint rattling sound, then a plop. She straightens back up, blinking with two eyes. You did it!
Well, I'll be. Thank you so much, dear. I never would have thought of that.
No problem. Have a nice time in heaven or wherever. The ghost gives you a friendly wave and fades out of sight. Well, that's that then. Two ghosts in one strike. So let's go out and about. Now, where was that pantaloon ghost? What was it I needed to do with this guy? Oh yeah, get rid of that ghost. Right. And she needed a gun law. Well, I do have the fun law, but can I do something with it? I mean, Peter said that I find the different books in different places and change them into different books at the library. You have two books you could put back, Fun Law and Dueling Banjos. They go in different shelves, so you can't do them both at once. Let's do Fun Law. You find the shelf where Fun Law belongs and put it back. The next book on the shelf is entitled Gun Law, which might be even more entertaining. Basics of Gun Law. We'll definitely give this a shot. Give it a shot, it's Gun Law. This book is an overview of the laws regarding guns, which even at this point in history already don't make any sense. Read it. You'll learn basically everything there is to know about gun law. Now you can be a prosecuting attorney and defense counsel in addition to judge, jury, and executioner. After that, you put the book back on its shelf. Time to dispense some justice. This book is the sheet music for the classic song Dueling Banjos. There's a library call number written on the spine. This is either a blank sheet music or some kind of weird notebook paper with every 6th line missing. You could definitely convince that guy in the pantry that this is a kilt. Rufus would probably understand this, but you sure as hell don't. This stuff would be perfect for making a silencer or a taxidermy turkey. Well, let's put the You find the shelf where dueling banjos belong and put it back. The previous book on the shelf is entitled Duel Law, which seems to be about the illegal issues surrounding dueling. Never know when that might come in handy. Duly noted. This thick legal tome explains all the laws about dueling with things other than banjos. You'll learn about all the laws pertaining to dueling. It turns out that when two guys want to murder each other in a fair and reasonable manner, things get legally tricky. Then you put the book back on its shelf. Cool. So now I have gun law and duel law. Ooh, more pistol damage. You know enough about gun laws to know that they who have the guns make the laws. You're reasonably well informed about the specific subset of gun law pertaining to duels and duel adjacent activities. So now I can talk to this ghost in the gallery, right? Because she wanted to know about gun law. Do you have anything to say about this ghost?
Looks like we got a mirror.
Alright, the mutterer.
Objection!
Huh? What are you objecting to?
Your face!
Overruled. What's your problem anyway?
Bah, it's legal stuff. You'd never understand.
In fact, I think you'll find I'm quite conversant in the finer points of our justice system, particularly as it pertains to guns and gun-related activity.
Horse fetish. You're all trousers and no briefs.
Oh yeah? Well, just try me, smart lady.
Fine. Obviously, you aren't going to leave me alone, so just ask your questions.
I'm Spin Few, speaking for the record. State your name, occupation, and the cause of death.
Felicity Wainwright, defense attorney, lost the court approval trial by combat.
What? Trial by combat has been outlawed for the like 15 years.
You do understand that ghosts don't visually age as time passes, right?
Oh, right. So your client called for trial by combat, which meant you and the prosecutor had to face off in a duel?
That's correct. And you lost? Are you acting dumb to try and throw me off a guard?
I withdraw the question. Why are you stuck as a ghost?
Because although trial by combat was already well out of fashion at the time, it was still a valid legal recourse. I should have been prepared for the possibility, but I wasn't. My lack of training resulted in an innocent man being executed for murder.
Oof. How was he executed?
Hanging, I assume. Obviously, I wasn't wrong to see it.
So to release you, I'd need to prove that the loss wasn't your fault.
The trial duel was completely fair and above board. There's no chance of there having been foul play on the prosecutor's part. My loss was my own.
Then I'd have to prove your client was actually guilty, and therefore your feelings of responsibility are misplaced. The look she gives you is hard and cold.
Look, you think you know a thing or two about the law? How about you tell me the first rule of being a defense attorney?
Don't make fun of the judge's beard.
You have to trust and believe in your client. If you don't believe your client is innocent, you'll never convince anyone else he is either.
So if I want to convince you he was guilty,
you'll have an uphill fight, fella. You are essentially playing prosecutor here.
Alright, tell me about the case.
My defendant was Matthew Guilty McCready, accused of the murder of Victor Vic Timsbury at noon of June 18th, 1878 in Reno.
I have some questions.
Go ahead.
Your client was actually named Guilty. Come on.
Names don't mean anything. I once had a client named Ike Illida Guy. I killed a guy. And he was totally innocent.
For someone's actual legal name, sure, but nicknames are usually given with some sort of basis.
You've never met a really tall guy called Tiny or a fat guy called Slim? Arguably, the nickname Guilty would reinforce my client's innocence.
That's totally absurd, but I'll let it rest for now. Let me ask you something else.
Go ahead.
What was the cause of death?
Timsbury was shot through the heart with a .45 caliber revolver.
And did McCready own such a gun?
Yes. He was holding it at the time, and subsequent examination showed that it had been recently fired.
Are you messing with me?
Any further questions?
Yes, I do have some more questions, yeah.
Go ahead.
This was at noon, precisely.
Yes. That was confirmed by witnesses. Also, McCready owned a fancy pocket watch that chimed on the hours.
There were witnesses?
About half a dozen of them.
I'm pretty sure there's something you aren't telling me.
I'm not obligated to play my hand face up, Mr. Prosecutor.
Okay, then.
Go ahead.
Hang on a second.
Shot with a pistol, in front of witnesses, at exactly noon. Was this a duel? So you can add 2 plus 2 after all. Well done.
Well, as luck would have it, I've just recently read a whole book about duel law. What? Why? No reason. I just happened across it in the library and thought it might be interesting. You read an entire code of law you found at random just for the heck of it? Yep. Let me just do a quick review. A duel is legal provided it's between exactly 2 people at a specific pre-arranged time and place, using the same or at least essentially similar weapons. And they have to either face each other down and quick draw at the point in the moment, or do the 10 paces turn and fire routine. Is that right? That's the gist of it, yes? So I guess let's start with you telling me the facts of the case, and I'll interrupt you rudely if I have any questions. Alright, but if you push me on trivial nonsense, I'll get mad and you'll have to start over. That seems fair. Go ahead. McCready and Timsbury got into an argument in the saloon on the event of June 17th. Apparently, Timsbury accused McCready of cheating at poker. I have some questions. Shoot, what was the name of the saloon? The Two-Headed Horse. Weird. Did you have one? No, I think the proprietor was going for a sort of double entendre, but doesn't really work. No, it really doesn't. Two-headed spider, maybe, but anyway. Do you have any other questions? Can we get on with this? I have another question. What day of the week was it? Monday. Monday, June 17th, 1878. Well, that makes sense. Everybody's always a bit grumpy on a Monday. Uh-huh. They should make the weekend Sunday and Monday instead. Then you could spend Monday relaxing instead of having to go to work. But then, whatever. Do you have any more questions? Yeah, I want to ask something else. Tell me more about the argument. There isn't much to tell. The other players in the game had already folded their hands in the round, and so they weren't paying very close attention. All we know is that Timsbury suddenly accused McCready of being a dirty cheating environment, and McCready said Timsbury was just sore because he'd been losing all night. Did McCready have a history of cheating? He'd been accused of it once or twice before, but Reno's a gambling town, and he hung out in the rough part of it. Getting accused of cheating by a sore loser when you're on lucky streak is par of the course. But if McCready had a history of cheating, it would be irrelevant, because the reason for the duel is immaterial to the legality of the duel itself. Motive isn't an issue here. But remember how I warned you about ticking me off with stupid discretions? This is an excellent example. Objection! This is extremely relevant. Objection! This is extremely relevant. If McCready was a habitual cheater, it's likely he would have cheated in the duel as well. And somehow you're going to prove to me that McCready was a habitual poker cheat 17 years after the fact. How exactly do you intend to accomplish that, Mr. Prosecutor? Even if you did somehow pull that off, it would be circumstantial evidence at best. You'd have to prove he cheated in the duel himself, in front of witnesses. What form do you imagine this cheating took, pray tell? Mirrors? We're done here. Get out! She shoved you out of the gallery and slams the door. Rats. How are we gonna prove a 17-year-old case about a shooting, a duel, that somebody cheated in? Let's find out that next time. So thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I hope you all have a good evening, afternoon, and a good morning, and I will see you all next time. Take care, people. Bye.